Welcome to Science Lab with Mrs. Keener. Hi everyone. When we talk about how old the Earth is and we use numbers like billions and millions, it can be hard to wrap our head around numbers that big. Just how long ago was millions of years ago? It's hard to imagine that. So today we're going to make a scale model of a timeline of the Earth's history. We're going to use a strip of paper and we're going to add little marks along it and make a timeline that represents some events that have happened over the past few billion years. You're going to need a piece of paper that's 8.5 by 11 inches long, and scissors, and a ruler, and tape, and a pencil or a pen. First, we cut it into strips. So we want a couple of strips of paper that are 11 inches long. Each strip should be about an inch or an inch and a half or 2 inches wide. So we have a couple of strips of paper 11 inches long, and we're going to be taping them together. So we have a bunch of them all end to end. Now I'm not overlapping the papers at all. I'm taping them end to end so that when I tape together two pieces that are 11 inches, I'm going to have a strip that's 22 inches, and it makes the math easy. So keep adding strips of paper, attaching them at the ends, lining them up, add a little strip of tape. Some of my strips are not as skinny as others. That's not that important. Keep taping together strips of paper until you have made 5 strips taped together. So now we have one long strip that's 55 inches long. I'm checking it to make sure it's 55 inches long. Now this 55-inch strip is a little longer than we want. We want it to be 46 inches, so we have to take off a little bit. We have to take off 9 inches. I'm checking it to make sure that what I'm left with is 46 inches long. If you have different size paper, that's fine. Just make a strip of paper that's 46 inches long. Now we can start adding events to our timeline. The first event is going to go on the far left-hand side. The Earth was formed. The Earth was formed about 4.6 billion with a B, like in baby, billion years ago. That's why we made our strip of paper 46 inches long. It'll help us make our model to scale. Next, we're going to measure 6 inches from the left-hand side and make a little mark. That's when bacteria first appeared on Earth. Tiny little microorganisms. The simplest and smallest form of life on Earth. Let's write bacteria appear 4 billion years ago. Next, we're going to start measuring from the right-hand side. So the far right end represents the present, and we're going to start measuring back from there. We need to measure 5 inches from the right-hand edge. This is when plants first appeared on Earth, 500 million years ago. I'm going to write 500 MYA, million years ago, because I'm running out of room. Next, we're going to make a dot 3¼ inches from the right-hand side and another dot 1¾ inches from the right-hand side. Connect those two dots. That period is when the supercontinent Pangaea existed on Earth, from about 335 million years ago to about 175 million years ago. Next, make a dot 2½ inches from the right-hand side and another 1/2 inch from the right-hand side. Connect those two dots. That period of time was when the dinosaurs walked on Earth. Now, when I say dinosaurs, I'm talking about the kinds that don't include birds, so the T-Rexes, the Apatosauruses, the non-bird dinosaurs. Next, we make a teeny tiny dot on the right-hand side. This is when humans appeared on Earth, very, very, very close to the current time. Let's add a name to our project. Let's call it the Earth Timeline. There's just one last thing we need to add. We need to add some examples of the things that existed on Earth. So when bacteria appeared, add some little blobs, some little circles for when bacteria first appeared. All this time, this was only bacteria, no plants, no other animals. And then when plants appeared, draw something green, draw a green plant, draw a dinosaur to show when the dinosaurs existed. And when you've added these little drawings, your timeline is all done. Were you surprised at how close the plants and the dinosaurs are to humans' time? Were you surprised that for a long time there was just bacteria on Earth? That's why this timeline is useful. It helps us to see when things were around. Send me a picture or video of your Earth timeline. I look forward to seeing them.